Hello girls and gays, DRAGO is my name, you on my channel, so let's see some shit videos. Okay, and today we are watching a manhwa recap. Its name is He was killed but reincarnated as a powerful monster. Okay, let's see what is this. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Full moon, creepy atmosphere. We are shown a fair-haired girl who says the moon is bright.
Nice
Today,
girl.
she has a cigarette in her mouth, and she herself is covered in blood. Did you see the scene? They ask her, not yet. The damn leader managed to escape, but I could not catch up with him. She exhales smoke while sitting on a killed monster. She is told there is one goal to focus on. When you're done with everything there, take care of it. I'll send the data. She looks at her phone and says, what the fuck? Who is this underage? 18-year-old high school student. And the address is, suddenly they are shaved. Oh, it's you, bastards who take our lives. A monster was staring at her, devouring her hand. Are you a beast that kills all the inhabitants of the area? She asked, rhetorically. I didn't think that youngsters were also sent to hunt. People, you insult us so much. However, it doesn't matter. I will play and dismember you little by little to find out everything about you. Then, you will beg me to kill you on the spot. The monster says with its mouth open. And, this is your plan. Suck, the girl says. I think, she says, drawing her sword and showing her fangs, and ends with just like you. We are shown the hero Cha Hyun sung in the blood. He had his teeth knocked out for money. His abusers leave with the money and say see you next week. At home, he is greeted by his uncle's indignation about arriving home late. He tries to apologize, but they continue to shout at him and accuse him of taking long walks. They demand his mother's bank account from him because according to his uncle, she had to leave something. Full moon. The hero says that this is his routine, that after the death of his mother, his life is like an endless Groundhog Day. He does not remember his father. He remembers his father's back. He had a kind smile. He wanted to be like him. Suddenly, he is pulled out of his thoughts by a woman running and screaming help. Some man is chasing me. He ordered her to leave quickly because no one walks here at night. He calls police. Suddenly, his hand is out of place. He looks at the hand flying off in the other direction and a sharp pain pierces the body. A female voice addresses him, who is such a good man. It's hard to find people like you in such a cruel world. He takes out tentacles. I didn't think that I would lure you so easily. If I had not been starving in the last days, I would be nicer to you. He looks at her. In horror, we are thirsty at night with such a moon. Suddenly, a lot of hands jumped out at him. Pulled back. They bit through his neck, began to dismember quickly. His father's voice appeared in his head. If it's very difficult for you in the future, just interrupt them. And then a huge monster appeared to us. The boy was resurrected and became many times larger than those who attacked him. The monsters realized that he was not human. He began to interrupt and eat them all one at a time. He did it mercilessly. I'll kill everyone, he said greedily. Then a woman's voice spoke to him. Cha Hyun sung, you look different in real life. Are you human? She patiently waited for his answer and thought, is this all his doing? They wouldn't kill their own. Is he also at enmity with them? She addresses him. If you are a man, I will take with me. If you are a beast, I will kill. Hey, what would you choose? He suddenly pounces on her, but she did not lose her head, and she pulled out her sword, cutting through his arm.
She's crazy.
Is this your answer? And I like that option, she said, and raised her sword to fight. She easily escaped from all his grips, cutting him with her sword. In the process, this was not new to her, so she managed very quickly, cutting through all his blows. With a sword, she said, I agree, if you don't want to, you are already in the game. There is no other. She quickly wielded the sword in her hands. By the way, we haven't met yet. My name is Song Ka-yeon, she said to the bloody body in front of her. Let's talk in a more relaxed environment. Cha Hyun sung. It's hard. In my soul, everything inside is on fire. Suddenly Cha Hyun wakes up in the hospital, but looking at his hand, he notices that it is still there. He remembered exactly what happened that night, but could not understand why he was healthy. He was thrown into a fever of memories, when suddenly he heard footsteps, and his voice asked, are you okay? He asked in confusion where he was, and who was this person in front of him. He was told, don't you remember? Relax, we're in the hospital. We want to protect you. You can call me boss. He incomprehensibly asked, are you from the police? The same one answered him that he was a civil servant, but not a policeman. He explained, we are a secret government organization. You met the animals yesterday. We are engaged in their liquidation. Beasts? The boy asked. The chief answered him, they used to be people, but now we have to fight them. I can tell you one thing. Animals feed on people, and you can turn into a beast. When the chief left Cha Hyun's room, he was asked if he had any success, to which he replied in negative and added, no, he doesn't believe in his own ability. In addition, he does not remember. Yesterday, they decided to give him some time and appointed him a bodyguard, suggesting a certain Mr. Hong for this position. They refused. They put another one up. We are shown the streets of the city at night and two people in black suits heading towards the man. They overdo him to step aside, to which he did not pay attention. The man in black asked for assistance in this investigation, but the man in front of him suddenly became sharply angry and beat off the head of the man in black with a powerful blow. The girl behind him, realizing what was happening, attacked the beast with her abilities. He sharply kicked him in the head and smashed his skull with the same. She kept hitting harder and harder, but suddenly, out of nowhere, the man had strength and he cut off her leg and then completely dismembered her with his sharp hands. Annoyed, he said, I didn't expect that the limit of a trained person's strength would be like that. Not bad techniques, but still people are weaker. These are the bastards who kill my relatives. He moved on, looking for a place to eat. He sincerely could not understand who did it, because judging by the strength of those people, they definitely would not have coped with this. He took the blood that was on the floor on his finger and said with a grin, I think I found a funny personality. We are shown the place where Hyun Sung works. His name is, and they say that the table order is ready. He was walking in his thoughts about what happened a couple of days ago, when suddenly, sushi was stuffed into his mouth. The girl asked, do you miss school, but not a part-time job? He asked the dubious person who she was. Raising her cap, she introduced herself as Lee Yoon-bai. They went outside to talk, and he tried to explain that he was ill. She asked so much that you couldn't even read the message. He continued to justify himself by saying that his phone was dead. But then he asked, do you know how much money I will lose if I take the day off? There is no point in going to school. She asked him about a cigarette, but he smelled because he was cleaning the smoking room. Well, here we are thrown to a blonde girl who says do not tell anyone about what happened. Is it possible to somehow understand that a man is a beast? Asks Hyun Sung, so I don't tell them. Song Ka answers him no, so it's better not to talk, so as not to die. Stupidly, even if you can somehow avoid it, can you save your family? Hyun Sung tensed up and turned away from Yoonbu, saying, you know how hard it is for me, I don't. See, but I survive. I'm just tired. Forget it. The girl simply said that she was always open for a heart-to-heart conversation and left. We are shown a man in a hood, sitting on a bench and looking for his prey. He reasons people under the influence of drugs or alcohol leave a bad aftertaste. And this fat man is dirty. Despite the fact that I need to satisfy this brutal hunger, I don't want to stuff everything into myself. Well, I won't find anything like that. He sits on a bench with his hands folded and continues to reason. He left such a mark. That's why I thought it would be easy to find. It turns out it's not that easy. He is avoiding us. Or we are thrown home to Hyun Sung. His uncle yells at him again for money, throwing a bottle at him and breaking near the head. His uncle yells, do you think I'm asking too much? I will not ask you for money all my life. Hyun Sung tries to explain himself, but they give him a slap in the face. He continues to scream and beat. Hyun Sung wishes his uncle dead. We are shown an uncle talking on the phone and saying that he will return the money by the end of the week because he is a man of his word. Suddenly, the phone is knocked out of his hands. What is it? He screams. Let go when they say nice things, bastard. But the grip on the arm did not loosen. We are shown Hyun Sung. He throws away his phone because there are only calls from him to his boss in Yoon-bai. He decides he's tired of it. Wherever you go, they beat you up everywhere, he thinks with annoyance. There is nowhere to even go. Besides, the beasts are hunting me and want me dead. Ha. My end has come. He decides that the moment will not be better than now. But suddenly he turns his head and sees grunting and walking towards him. That man on the street injected his blood into him, and that can only mean one thing. Hyun Sung looks at his uncle in confusion, and suddenly the latter abruptly begins to tear his flesh. A beast begins to climb out of him. He hits the main character with all his might, and he flies to the floor from his blow. Uncle also turned out to be a beast. Uncle takes it in his hand and begins to squeeze as hard as possible. Along the way, blaming him for the grief of the family and all the debts that he has. Hyun Sung yells at him at the accusations. Is this all because of me? After that, thinking, then if I disappear, everything will stop. We are shown his flashbacks, all the memories, and the terrible things that happened to him. He explodes with anger, not understanding why he needs all this. Why does everyone want him dead? With these thoughts, he turns into a beast, and he rises above his uncle. With the words, what have I been so guilty of? Answer. He knocked out all the forces from his uncle, tore him apart, while demanding an answer for what he was guilty of. He gets into his uncle's mouth, and he finally says to him, what did you do wrong? As soon as you were born, you were already a burden. After these words, Hyun-sung realizes, and he sharply says, "It comes out from the very first days of life. You did not consider me a member. The family, wonderful. Now I cannot feel guilty before you." After these words, he sharply breaks his jaw while his uncle tries to stop him, begging, but he inexorably tears him into small pieces. He looks up and sees two silhouettes. Turning to them, he says, "Animals, you are chasing me. From now on, I won't hide. Run away too. I don't care who you are. And who am I? If you want something from me, just kill me and take it. However, if you manage to kill me, I will kill you on the spot." Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, nice story today. Yes, very interesting what will be in new parts of the story. So give me your like, subscription, write a comment, and see you tomorrow. New video every day. So bye.